You've had a chance to look back at the Ian Henderson equaliser. What was the feeling?
Yeah, look back on it. We're quite blessed to be able to do that. So, I'm not going to be one that flies in the referee's dressing room and say we've had the privileges looking it back. But whether it is or it isn't, it is tight. If I'm being perfectly honest, it's one of them. It's borderline. But I think sometimes with clever movement like Endo's got, who had a couple of his goals recently called offside, and then when you get back in you go, it's actually onside. So if the referee's getting that, the linesman's getting it right, he's got a hell of vision on him. But the big thing for me is usually when a goal like that scored, everyone, their hands are on their head, they're on their knees. We've just equalised late on. It's why do we go down the whole process of let's run over to the linesman to double check, and they're the type of thing, as I say. We've made a couple of critical errors in the last couple of games that's cost us today. We've had no real luck in a game that was scrappy, bound to be the position that we're in. Be battled. I'm disappointed in some aspects and pleased in some aspects. Our second half performance was a bit more what we wanted. Again, a little bit too reactive for me. We should be flat out from minute one, but I don't think there was much in the game. It was just one of them weird ones. It was a bit scrappy, battly. First and second balls, territory hitting areas, backing things up, and that's how they got the goal. It was just up back, little punts over the top, and we haven't defended that situation. But when you're after that little bit of luck that you need, in the position that we're in, I have looked back over the penalty. 100% I think it's a penalty under Vance Rodney. I think there's other talking points. I think there's the young lad up front forward has been done on a booking. Again, people can see it. It's. That could have been a red easily, but they're the things that you want to go. Again, it's either nothing or it's a red. An elbow's an elbow, but you can't have a soft elbow. Let's give them a yellow.
New players, how did you think they settled in?
Yeah, listen, I've known being going on. Referees, to tidy that up. Referees have got an unbelievably difficult job, and certainly when there's livelihoods at stake and the position that we find ourselves in, there's a lot of frustration, and I think we deserve that little bit because, as I say, there's games recently where Endo again, 2 offside goals, you're thinking they're onside. The difference between a point or 3, and today it could have been different because I think for that, our second half performance, certainly I think we had a go and we deserved something from the game. So I'm disappointed. Again, they're in a difficult position, but we'll put that to one side for now and focus on a couple of positives. I thought the 2 new lads were excellent. I've got to be honest. I thought Damari worked extremely hard. Had one opportunity around the back stick second half, but yeah, he looks like he's going to be okay for us. And I thought Owen, you can just see he's a top class young player at a very good club in Bentley. The way the decisions he makes on the ball, he's athletic, he gets up and down, he's got good quality, and I was just dying for him when he chopped in on his left foot there, just to struggle with his right foot in the bottom corner, but probably just lit up soon for him there. But that's his league debut, so I thought there were 2 real positives, 2 lads who come in with a smile on the face, plenty of energy about them, the type of players that we want to reflect us as a staff and certainly as a football club. They both can be very proud of their efforts tonight.
Okay, you've got till Tuesday. I know you brought Rhys Bennett in, who one hopes will be part of the setup. Is there likely to be any more action, and also where are we with Ethan Brierley at Sheffield United, and is that dependent upon what happens there that you might be able to bring others in?
No, listen, Sheffield United have got a couple of their players, they like Ethan. Every player wants to play at the top level. Sheffield United might be a Premiership team next year, so Tony Ellis does a fantastic job with the youth lads. Obviously Ethan has been around the first team, but it's a great opportunity for the young lads to go and get on, go and make a name for himself, and where we stand at the minute is exactly the same as what we stood a couple of days ago. So I think he's playing an in-house game or something, I don't know. But I know he's been up there all week, and we've wished him well. It's as simple as that. Whether he goes, where he doesn't go, there's still business for us to do. We're still looking. I said previously, we're not one of the clubs that can go out and spend big transfer fees. I've said again, I think it was Beasley who left here last year, and there was a big pot of money to go and spend transfer fees on players and bring players into the club. The position that we find ourselves in, the chairman's been fantastic, the board. I think if we give them some credit, a look at what they've there's a bit more on the budget this season than what there was last season. But obviously it's all tied up, so I've come in and we've got a little bit of money to spare. We're wheeling, well, not wheeling and deal, there's one or two who've left the club. There's a little bit of money there to try and get the right ones in. We've missed out on quite a few. We've offered a couple of little small, fees to maybe tempt the hand of some of the other clubs. We've tried to get players on loan, tried to get players on permanent. It's been flat out right throughout January, but we've been January the 1st speaking to a player that unfortunately went to another League 2 club this week. We've a couple of weeks ago spoke to another one, unfortunately went to another League 2 club this week. All we can do is try and sell the club, try and give them what they want, but if we can't compete, we can't compete. But we've made a couple of good signings, I feel. Potentially be one or two that leave as well before Tuesday, and hopefully we'll get one or two more in that just gives us a bit more, because I think we just need some fresh faces and bodies, and a little bit of energy, like the two lads have brought us today. Like Reece Bennett, just walking around the club, knows the ins and outs of it. People are pleased to see him back. It gives you a kick in that regards. It gives you a bit of a positive feeling. No coincidence, yesterday training goes up a notch again because there's two fresh faces. So that's what we need to do to strive to get better. Just keep striving to raise standards on a day-to-day basis, which obviously you take into a Saturday. We're not happy in the position that we're in. It is what it is, but all we can do is try and get a few more in, and hopefully they can do well for us and we can get some results and get ourselves away from where I always say where we don't want to be.